When one child in the family gets a new set of clothes and new toys, how can the other sibling not have it? The Skoda Kushaq was updated at the start of this year, and now it's the turn of the Volkswagen Taigun. A couple of months after the Kushaq facelift arrived, we have the updated version of the Volkswagen SUV. As you can see, it has a new face, but there is a little bit more to know about this SUV, and I'm going to break it down for you in this first look video. My name is Aman Ahmed and you are watching Car and Bike. In case you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we come out with a new video on a new car, a new motorcycle or a new electric two-wheeler. Now quickly join me up on stage here and let me talk you through everything that's new. So the face of the Taigun facelift will remind you of some larger VW SUVs, particularly the recently launched Tayron R line. It's more in line with Volkswagen's global SUV design language. The face has changed because you see these new redesigned LED headlights, and these now also house the fog lights. Earlier you had them lower down in the front bumper. Now that is not the case because the front bumper itself has been redesigned, and as you can see, there is no fog light enclosure over here, and the entire front end will remind you of the Tayron R line. What I like particularly is that, I know there are a lot of people who don't like the connected headlights, but I particularly like the illuminated Volkswagen logo. I believe it adds to the premium look and feel of the Taigun. In profile, the SUV has not changed at all, but what you will notice are these new 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels. Of course, the wheel design will depend on the variant that you pick. These are the 17-inch wheels, but they look a little bit different. On the GT models, you will find a red brake caliper and the wheels painted black. But otherwise in profile, it remains unchanged. It's exactly the same. There is no change in dimensions either. Once again, the connected light theme continues at the back. The Taigun facelift has a full width LED light bar. This is important for the Taigun because it's not the widest or the biggest SUV in its segment. So this accentuates the width of the SUV, and I feel it adds to the visual effect of this being a larger SUV. And once again, you have the illuminated Volkswagen logo. I'm not too sure how you feel about the connected taillights, but let me know what you think of the illuminated logos. One more thing to know about these lights is that you now have sequential turn indicators and a welcome and goodbye function as well. I'll try and include visuals of that in the video if possible. And there is also a redesigned rear bumper. But overall, this SUV has not changed much in terms of its looks. What do you think of the appearance? Let me know in the comments. Now let's quickly jump inside and see what's new over there. If you were hoping to see huge changes on the inside of the Taigun facelift, then you will be disappointed because everything feels practically the same. The layout has not changed at all. You see, this has a beige color theme, and on the GT models, you will have a darker interior scheme. The difference is in the details because the screens are slightly different now. Volkswagen tells us that the screen size is unchanged, but the bezels are gone. And this also has a new interface, so it feels a lot nicer, a lot smoother to use, and you have multiple functions built into this. Otherwise, the layout and all the controls feel exactly the same as the pre-facelift model. The front seats are electrically adjustable and they have ventilation built into them as well. You will now also get auto climate control as standard on the Taigun. Earlier, you had to make do with manual AC, but now you will get auto climate control on all variants of this SUV. You still have a full digital driver's display, but in the center, if you were hoping for a map view when you're using navigation, you will be disappointed once again because this has only turn-by-turn navigation. And the big news this time is the addition of a full-size panoramic sunroof, which was not present on the Taigun up until now. Even though I must say that unlike the Kushaq, which gets a sunroof as standard, that is not the case with the Taigun. On the lower variants of the Taigun, you will still get no sunroof at all. Now, let's quickly jump into the rear seat and see what that's like. Because there's no change in dimensions, interior space remains unchanged in the Taigun facelift. This is not the widest rear seat, and 3 abreast at the back will be a squeeze. But this is a relatively comfortable place to be, though I must say that there are no rear sunshades. So in terms of comfort, you only really have the center armrest with built-in cup holders. You do have rear AC vents and 2 USB charging ports down here. Now let's quickly take a look at what's new with the powertrains. Enthusiasts will be happy to know that Volkswagen has continued with the same engines that you got previously. So it continues with the 1-litre TSI as well as the 1.5-litre TSI. The difference is exactly the same as with the Kushaq, because with the 1-litre TSI, you now get the 8-speed torque converter automatic. This, Volkswagen claims, will have better torque delivery, and it will also have higher fuel efficiency by up to 6%. but if that claim is true, we'll have to find out for ourselves. In terms of standard equipment, the Taigun facelift now gets a rear windscreen wiper, and the windscreen is also heated. But apart from this, unlike the Kushaq, you will not get alloys on the lower variants, and you will also not get a sunroof. In terms of pricing, Volkswagen has kept its lips sealed for the time being, but we understand that prices will be announced later this month and deliveries will also begin in April. What I expect Volkswagen to do is keep prices more or less where they were with the pre-facelift model, because this hasn't really changed all that much. What do you think of the Taigun facelift? Do you like the changes that Volkswagen has made to it? Would you have liked to see a little more in terms of feature addition? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll be driving the Taigun facelift really soon, so stay tuned to the channel for that. And if you know somebody who would be interested in the facelifted Taigun, then remember to share this video with them.